Hi, this is Harish here. Welcome to DB2 LUW Tips and Tricks video tutorial part 8. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about how to restore an accidentally dropped table space. Suppose you have unintentionally executed a drop table space command on a particular table space. So you have lost all the data now in that table space. So how we are going to recover the data? The solution is to rebuild the database. But before proceeding into that, there is a word of caution. You cannot restore the dropped table space into existing database by using a full or table space level backup image. Like typically what people used to think is like, see, that's why the whole concept of backup is there, so we can always have the previous backups and restore the particular table space from the existing database. Like within the existing database we can restore the table space backup. It's not going to be a direct way, it will not work that way. However, you need those backup images. You can use the solutions that are presented here, solution 1 and solution 2. The solution 1 is time and resource inefficient. It is like restoring the full database as a new DB within the same instance, or restore the full database in another instance or another machine you can restore, and roll forward the database to a particular point in time just before the drop table space to recover as much as data in that particular table space. And solution 1 is inefficient because it is like restoring the entire database. So it's like if your dropped table space is only 2 GB, but then you are restoring the entire database, it could be 100 GB, 200 GB, like that, because the database will have multiple table spaces. So you are restoring the not required table spaces also in the solution 1, which is actually not a, technically it's a solution, but it's not a good one. Okay, solution 2 is a very time and resource efficient. It is the important thing, that is the rebuild of the database. So you can rebuild a new database with subset of dropped table space, and again after rebuild you have to roll forward that to a particular point in time just before the drop table space. And syscat space is a mandatory table space that you need to rebuild. Like if you are rebuilding a new database, syscat space needs to be part of this. You cannot rebuild with just the existing alone, dropped table space alone. You cannot rebuild that way. You have to have syscat space as a mandatory along with the dropped table space. And once you rebuild or you restore, either way you have just created one more database. So from that database you will have to export and import the table definitions, index definitions, data, whatever you want. Using your db2look commands you can create the definitions, and using your data import, export, data move utilities of the db2 you can use that. Okay, and how will I find that particular point in time just before the drop table space is use the list history command to get that particular point in time. And here when I look at the solution, it is presented more for a recoverable database which is configured with archival logging. You can do the same thing for a non-recoverable database also. You can rebuild a new database with a subset of table spaces with syscat space being the part of rebuild. For a non-recoverable database also, only thing is the images will be full offline images. There is no table space level image in a non-recoverable database, and you cannot roll forward it also, but still the rebuild option is there. There will be some data loss because you cannot roll forward to just a point in time just before the drop table space. So you just have to restore that particular you will have to live with a few data loss in that table space, because only you can restore it whatever the previous backup image has, right, in a non-recoverable scenario. But in a recoverable scenario you can roll it forward to just in time. Okay, and also here in this example we are choosing a very simple simple database. So even redirect is also supported, because when you rebuild, say that particular table spaces might be a DMS space which is having some specific path. So in that case, when you are restoring it into a different database, you might have to give a different path to the containers, right? So redirect option is available for a rebuild command also. And also when here I am just using a single table space in the examples, you can do it for multiple table spaces also. And also you will have to take care of it has to be in a complete way, right? Like say all the dependent table spaces should also be there. Like say you should not have a table space you cannot restore which is actually a child table, whereas the table space has the parent table in another table space. So that kind of limitations will be there. So you just make sure that the table space is restorable in its entirety. Okay, we'll go to quickly to the examples. So here actually I have created this test database already. So db2 create db test has already been created. I connect to the test database and I update the logarch method, like I configure the archival logging for this database. I do a connect reset, then I do take a backup. This is an offline backup, full offline backup of the test database. The number is 193516. The script is already run, just for the quickness of the execution. Like I don't want to show you all these things and make the video more longer. So the script is already run. So 193516, the backup image is available. This is the offline backup. Then I connect to the test. I create table A in user space 1. Then insert 3 records in table A. Then create table space UR space. Create table C. Insert 3 records into table C. Then take a online backup of the test database, and that is actually in 193852. I do this online backups by keeping the database connection alive, and the backup command will be executed in a new window. And this image is 193852. So that's our second image. So that is there. Okay. And the next thing is create table space MySpace, and in that I am creating table B. I am inserting 3 records. Then I am again taking a backup online. So this is a 4010 is the backup image. This is the third backup image. This is a full online backup image of the database. Again we are inserting 3 more records into table B, and this time I am taking a table space level backup image online. The table space that is backed up is MySpace, and the image number is 4202. So you can find that also here. Okay. After that I am inserting table A 400, 500, 600, table B 700, 800, 900, table C 400, 500, 600. Again I am taking a table space level backup of syscat space and MySpace online. So this is like I am taking backup of 2 table spaces, and that image number is 194334. That is also there. And this is the time I am dropping the table space MySpace. So now so once I drop, again I am taking the backup of the database, full online backup. The number is 19442. That is also done here. Okay. And after that I am inserting table A, few records, 3 records, 700, 800, 900, and I am doing a connect reset. Now the point to be noted here is, doing this drop table space MySpace, I am getting this timestamp, right? So how I got that is through the list history command. So list history all for db test history test.out, that is already there here. The command has been executed and the output is here. So in that we can go and find for the command drop table space. So MySpace is the table that is dropped, and it will give you a start time and a end time for that activity. So you can get that 2013 09 16 19 4423. So this is the timestamp that I am getting from the history file, that I am putting it here. Okay, 2000, this is in a timestamp format, 9 16 19 44 23. So that's how we can get the precise point in time for the drop table space. And after that I am connecting to the test. I am listing the table spaces. You will find that there is syscat space, temp space, user space 1, UR space systool space all in normal state. There won't be my space, we have dropped it. So table A will have 9 records with 100 through 900. Table B is dropped, so it will not even show in the list. Table C will have 6 records with 100 through 600, and I am doing a connect reset. So this is the existing database. This is how the existing database it is as is. Okay. Now to the we can run some examples. So what I am doing is I am connecting to the test database. I am trying to bring the test database online. Okay, I have connected. You can see the list table spaces. So you can see all are in normal state. Syscat space is normal, temp space 1 normal, user space 1 normal, UR space normal, and the number 4 is missing here. That's the table space which we dropped, my space, and tool space is also normal. Okay. Now I am trying to restore. Okay. So I am trying to do a restore DB, the test database, a table space level restore operation, my space, online, taken at, this is the table space level image. So we have created the backups, right? So here we can see backup test, MySpace backup image timestamp is 194202. That's what I am using here. So I am just copying this. I am doing this in another new terminal window, because so in this terminal window the database is online. So I am trying to do a restore database from the table space. I am trying to do a restore of table space from the table space image which we have in our history. Okay. So this is not going to work. Okay. It says no match for the database image file was found. Okay, that is because of the location of the backups file. Okay, let's take that, and so this is the table space image. I will copy this, paste it here. Okay, so now I'll again re-execute the same command. So now the error is different, 2549N. The database was not restored because either all of the table spaces in the backup image are inaccessible, or one or more table space name list of the table space restore are invalid. So why this error is so this is I am using a table space level image to restore into the same database. Okay, I am doing an online restore at a table space level, which is not succeeded. And even if you do it with the full image, right, the 4010 is the table space level. It's not a table space level, it's a full online image. 194010 is a full online image. Even that I can use actually. Even that will not succeed. Okay, let's check that. Again the same error. Again this time it's a different error. Okay, again I have to copy the image file. Okay, db backups 4010, copy from here, paste it here. Okay, so it's completed. Now we can run the command again. So again it says same error, 2549N. The database was not restored. Why this is happening is because you cannot just simply restore a table space level image or even the full image. If you have, you cannot restore an individual table space alone once it is dropped. If you have dropped the table space, it's gone. Even your previous backups will not be able to help you in getting that particular table space into the existing database in a direct way. Okay, this is the word of caution that I was talking about. Now what's the solution for it? The solution for this is a rebuild of the database. So I am doing a connect reset of my existing test database. So let me just connect reset, and the solution is to rebuild. So we'll move into the solution part. So db2 restore db test db rebuild with table space. The rebuild is the keyword. Rebuild with table space is the keyword here. So we are rebuilding syscat space and MySpace, okay, taken at this particular timestamp into temp db. Okay, so copy this. Okay, and the interesting thing to note here is there is something called as an automatic rebuild. See, what happens here is we are giving the table space level backup image, okay, which has only the MySpace. It is not having the syscat space, and it's a mandatory thing to specify syscat space. So if I specify this, okay, I'll just, for the sake of simplicity, I'll just rename this file. Okay, I'm just putting 000 here. Okay, I've just renamed that file so that it's not available. So only 202 image file is available. Okay, so I am trying to rebuild the database into temp db. Temp db is our this thing, new database that we are trying to rebuild. So paste it here, enter. Okay, now it says no match for database image file was found on the source database alias test timestamp 4010. So since this 2020 is only having the MySpace image, it is able to restore that. Then for syscat space, it is looking in the history file and it's trying to figure out from where it can look for that, where it can restore the syscat space, and it intelligently finds out that 2013.9.16.19.4010 is the image file which can be used to restore the syscat space. So this is called as an automatic rebuild. Okay, it's trying to do that, it's not able to find that particular image file because we have renamed it, right? So we have, so one, I'll just rename it back. So once you have made the image files available, this command should intelligently restore both the MySpace and the syscat space using the table space level image itself. Because of the history file, it will go and look into the history file. It will take the appropriate 194010 image. It will locate that and it will restore the syscat space also. This is called automatic rebuild of the database. So the restore command should go through now. So once the restore is occurring, we have to then roll forward it to the particular point in time. Just before the drop table space, we have to roll forward. So how we will get that? We got that from the history command. We saw that it is 2013 9 16 19 44 23, whereas I am just restoring it to, look at the timestamp here, 22. So 1 second before the drop table space, like that I have given the timestamp for the roll forward command. And I have given the overflow log path. I have to make sure that the log files are available. So for that, what I am doing is I am copying the log files from the test database. The test database archive log directory is there, right? That is already an existing database for us. So from that, I am just copying the log files to the to one particular location. So that's already done. I will show you that. The arc logs db to inst1. See, there is a test db. This is the original db. So this has the log file 0 to 7.log. This log files is already copied to log target temp db. Like this, I have already copied the log files here 00 through 7.log. Okay. So this manually I have copied it. So once that copying is done, I can execute the roll forward. Okay. So let's do this roll forward now. Copy. Let's check whether the restore got completed successfully. Yes, the restore has got successfully completed. Then I can do the roll forward. So now the temp db would have been will be roll forwarded to that particular point in time. See, here it says there is a warning. The temp db is recovered, but one or more table spaces are offline. So this is, you can, if you look at when you are roll forwarding it, you are roll forwarding it for the other table spaces will be offline. See, because syscat space and MySpace will be in normal state, what about the other table spaces? So those will be in restore pending state, and that's why when you are roll forwarding, it says that particular error, saying it's a warning saying that it's not an error, it's a warning saying that the database is recovered but one or more table spaces are offline. Okay, so even if you look into the dialog, you will find that error actually. SQL lib db2 dump. So you will find it has created these 3 temp files. Okay, so these kind of error files it creates because of that particular access error. When you roll forward, it's not able to roll forward for the other 3 table spaces because they are still in restore pending. That's why you are getting those error, but that you can ignore, because the benefit that we are getting is we need not restore the entire table spaces, entire databases, right? So the roll forward has occurred. Then the next thing to do is stop the roll forward, like roll forward tempdb stop. I would have executed in the same command also, like I can say like and stop, like that. Like here roll forward db to this particular using local time and stop, like that also we can do it in one go also, that's not a problem. So let it roll forward. Again it says the same thing. So the roll forward is completed. It should be now connectable. The temp db should be connectable. Let's see that what are all the tables that are there in that. Okay, paste. Okay, so if you look at here now, I am connected to tempdb. Tempdb is there. List table spaces. The cat space is normal. Temp space is normal. User space is restore pending because we did not restore this. This is not part of our rebuild. Your space is also in restore pending. It's not part of rebuild. That's why the dialog errors were also coming. And my space is normal. We rebuilt it. Tool space is also in a restore pending state. Okay. Now list tables, it shows you A, B, C. Okay. But A will not be accessible at all because it is in a user space 1 and we have not restored it or rebuilt it, so it's not going to be allowed. The access is not going to be there. And table B, it has constructed all the 9 records, like it has it's accessible with 9 records. Table C, again it's not accessible. So this is a rebuild of a database with a subset of table spaces. Here we have rebuilt it with only syscat space and my space. Okay, and once you do get this, you have to you know what are all the data you lost, you know what are all the tables. You can use db2look, you can use the data movement utilities like export, import, load, db2move, anything to move your data from the lost table space into the original database test. That is a manual thing. I am not showing that to you here. That's like a typical data movement activity only you can do. Okay, then I am doing connect reset. I am dropping the temp database. And I am removing those folders also, the archive log folders, archive log db2inst1, tempdb we don't need. Okay, so I am deleting that. Okay, done. Now the next thing we are doing is we are going to the solution 1. So here in solution 1 again, restore db, we are trying to restore the entire database. That is the solution 1, to restore the entire database into a new database tempdb and using the table space level backup image. So this will not succeed. Okay, let's see what is the error. So because there is no automatic rebuild in a restore operation, only the rebuild is like automatic rebuild is there. So here a table, it is treating this as a table space level restore operation. See, because this is a table space image, so it is doing a table space level restore operation. It is failed. Okay, so you cannot do that. So we can use the previous full backup, right? The other one, restore db 20130916194010, which is the full online backup. So that you can restore. It should be possible. So So let me restore that. And even here, after restoring, we can roll forward. Again, when you roll forward, I am roll forwarding to a point in time, and I am saying and stop in the same command, and I am giving the overflow log path which one to roll forward. Okay, copy this, and you can find that this is taking much more time because it is like restoring the full database, right, which is actually not a very efficient solution. Just for the demo, I am just giving this method also will work. Okay, but the important point is the solution too, like the rebuild of the database is the important learning or takeaway that I need that I am trying to convey in this video, wherein you can construct part of the set of table spaces, thereby reducing the time taken. See how long it takes now. Okay, and once this roll forward is done, again you can connect to the temp table space, temp database. You can list the table spaces, you can list the tables, but here you will find all the tables are there because we are restoring the entire databases. So table A, table B, table C, everything should be there, but only thing is table A and C will have only 6 records, table B will have 9 records. Table B will be restored as such till that point in time, it will have 9 records. Table A will have only 6 records instead of 9 records, because only if you restore till the end of logs you will get 9 records, but if you restore it that way, then obviously MySpace will be again dropped, so there is no point in that. So that is the idea. Okay, so let's see whether it has restored. Yeah, the restore command has completed successfully, so we can now roll forward that particular thing. So again we are rolling forward. So here we are not even getting any, when you roll forward you will not get any warning messages saying like in the previous time, right, when you rebuilt, because in the rebuild time there were inaccessible table spaces, so we were having that messages. So here that warning message is not there, it is completely rolled forward without any errors. So once that is done, I can connect, I can list table spaces, I can list table, I can like look at the records, everything. So again I am connecting to tempdb. Now you can see all the table spaces are normal. Okay, so connection to the tempdb is successful. All my syscat space, temp space, user space, UR space, my space, tool space, everything is normal. All the tables A, B, C is there, and A is having 6 records, B is having, table B is having 9 records, table C is having 6 records, which is the way it should be. Okay, so that's it. So this is the this is how you recover, and the job is not complete here. So you just rebuilt the database, so you will have to export the required data, tables or indexes, whatever, through either data movement utilities, and using the db2look utilities you can get the definitions. Using data movement utilities you will have to do this, that I am not covering in this video. So that is the restore, that is the rebuild of the database. That's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel DB2LUW Academy. Thank you so much.